Okay, in order to start our exercise, the first thing we need to do is open up Alice and pick the space template and click open. And then we want to add our object, so click add objects. First thing we want to add is first thing we want to add probably is the spider robot. So click search gallery and enter spider robot, one word. And because the dictionary isn't loaded into RAM, this will take a little while to find. After that, it'll find things very quickly. There's my spider robot. So just drag him up there. He's a little bigger than I want him to be, so I'm going to click the resize icon and shrink him down some. After that, I'm going to delete the spider robot word and enter the lunar lander. And hit enter. And notice it finds that immediately, and that's because the dictionary is now loaded into RAM. And we'll just put that right there. Now I need a couple of rocks with an alien in between them. So type in rock. We see 4 different things come up. I want this rock here. Now the rock isn't very big to start with, so I've already got my resize icon clicked over here, so I'm just going to make my rock a lot bigger, and then I'm going to move it. I want this one a little farther away from the camera. Once I move it farther away from the camera like I wanted it, it seems to get smaller, so I'm going to make it bigger again. And that's pretty good. Now I need 2 rocks, but I need an alien on wheels between the 2 rocks, so I think I'm going to put the alien on wheels in now, and then I'll put another rock in. So remove rock from my search window, and then put alien on wheels. And hit enter, and he pops up right away. Just drag him right up there. Now notice if you push him towards the rock too much, he disappears. That's because he's inside the rock. So drag him so that you see the yellow rectangle with the green line in it completely outside the rock, and just drop him right there. That's a good place for him. Then hit the copy icon over here and click on that rock again, and you'll have another rock. And okay, that rock is there. I want to make this rock quite a bit smaller and then cover up my alien with it. So I'm going to click the resize icon and take this rock. I want it big enough that it's going to cover my alien, but not too big. And then click this so I can move the rock out here. Okay, once I get all my things positioned, click on the green rectangle, and we're going to start writing the code. First thing I want to do is put a do in order tile up where it says do nothing. So I'll drag that up and drop it. Everything I write in this program is going to be within this do in order block. Next thing I want to do is tell the alien on wheels to move up 1 meter. So drag in alien wheels, move up 1 meter. Then I'm going to say alien on wheels, say, click other, and then take me to your leader. You could put something else in there if you like. Then I'm going to have the spider robot turn around and look at him. Well, he's going to spin his head the whole way around. So spiderrobot.neck.head. Click head, and then drag turn underneath the last command I put down there. And turn left 1 revolution. So he spins all the way around. Now he's seen the alien, And so he's going to now turn to face the alien. But we don't want to click head there. We want to click spider robot because we want the whole spider robot to turn. And we don't want to use the turn tile because then we have to tell it how to turn. It's a whole lot easier to use the turn to face tile. So we'll say spider robot, turn to face, alien on wheels, the entire alien on wheels. Okay, all those things are done in order. And now, still within the do in order block, I want to put a do together block. So it'll be a block within a block. So put the do together tile there. Now I want the spider robot to move forward 1 meter. Remember, he's facing the rocks, so he's going to head towards the rocks, towards the alien on wheels. So spider robot move, drop that on the do nothing, forward 1 meter. Now you might have to adjust yours depending on where your spider robot is and where your rocks are. You may want more or less than 1 meter. 1 meter works fairly well for me in this. Okay, so this goes in that do together block. Now within that do together block, I'm going to put a do in order block underneath the last command I just put there. And here I'm going to put spider robot. I want to move the legs, so I'm going to expand body, and it says back left leg base here. I'm going to expand that, and then upper joint is what I want to click, and I want to turn that upper joint. So I'm going to pull upper joint dot turn and drop that where it says do nothing. I'm going to turn it forward. I want to turn it 1/10 of a revolution. And that's something you get by trial and error. Usually we like to plan things out, but when it comes down to how far do I want to turn something, you kind of have to guess and play with it a little bit. 1/10 of a revolution works well here, so click Other, and then you get this little calculator looking thing, a keypad, and say 0.1, then OK. Now, I want the leg joint to turn twice during the time that the spider robot walks over to the rock. In Alice, the default for any action to happen is 1 second. So it's going to take 1 second for the spider robot to walk to the rock. So I don't want it to take 1 second to turn the joint because it has to turn twice. It has to turn one direction, then the other direction. So what I'm going to do is make it turn in ½ a second. So I click More over here, then Duration, then ½ a second. And now that I've turned it forward, I'm going to turn it back. So click this, drag the same tile down, upper joint dot turn, direction backward this time, 0.1 revolution, and once again go to duration under More and make it ½ a second. So I've got my do together block here, and now these two things are going to happen together. Actually 3 things, but in a sense it's 2. One is the spider robot will move forward. Simultaneously, while it's moving forward, there's a do in order block that happens at the same time. So the joint will turn forward 1/10 of a revolution and then backwards 1/10 of a revolution. I'm going to do the same thing with another leg. You can do all 8 legs. We probably will do that at a later class as an exercise. But for today, we're just going to do 2 legs. And so we're going to also do the front right. We did the back left leg. Now we're going to do the front right leg. So front right leg is here. Expand that. Upper joint. And, oh, I need another do in order block because I don't want that done in order with this block. So I'm going to put a do in order block here underneath that do in order block within the do together block. Now, an interesting exercise for you, or something fun to do, might be to go ahead and put it in another block and then look at what happens. And you'll see why we're doing it this way. I'm going to turn it forward 1/10 of a revolution and again make it a duration of half a second. And then another turn block, or another turn tile to turn it backward a half a revolution, duration half a second. Okay, that ends my do together block. Those actions are all to happen simultaneously, but there's nothing else to happen simultaneously. After the spider robot gets over to the rock, he scares the alien, and the alien goes back down into hiding. So I've got to find my alien on wheels, click on him, drag move outside of the do together block that we just finished, move down 1 meter. We had moved him up 1 meter, so now we're going to move him down 1 meter, and we are going to make the duration of this half a second instead of 1 second because he's scared this time. After he hides, the spider robot is now going to turn to face the camera. So click spider robot, not a part of him, but the whole spider robot, and then turn to face. Put that right underneath that other command. Turn to face camera. Now we've been using methods all this time. We're going to use a property of the spider robot's head. So I click the property tabs. I also have to get to the spider robot's head, which is here. And we're going to turn his head red. So drag the color block down and put it underneath that most recent command. And set the color to red. And then back to methods. This time, then I've got to go click the whole spider robot again. I don't just want the head. And I want spider robot say other. Say Houston, we have a problem. Exclamation mark. And we're going to give this a duration of 2 seconds instead of 1 second. All right, that should complete the movie. Let's see how it looks. Alien pops up his head, says, "Take me to your leader." Spider robot walks over. Something strange here. It looks like the spider robot is saluting. And if you look here, you'll see his leg is inside his head. And he doesn't have all the legs he should have. I've got to figure out what happened there, what went wrong. And somehow, in this last command, I had his right leg base upper joint turned backward half a revolution. No problem. Let's change that to 1/10 of a revolution and play it again. Okay, alien sticks up his head. Spider robot walks over. Says, "Houston, we have a problem." His head turns red. Now it looks good.